I would just like to begin this with thanking you for 900 subs. Thank you. Mwah. Hello and welcome to another video on these reveals. And today we have the HD images of all of these figures. We have the boxes revealed in, decent quality and a very good look at a lot of these figures. Now, I'm not going to look at Rumble because he's actually, no, there is a picture of Rumble. Starscream, I personally don't care about, and I know a lot of people don't like him, so I decided it wasn't worth it covering him. However, let's start off with Megatron, because obviously that's the one that everyone wants to see. We got this scale revealed. Now, oh boy. So, as soon as Megatron was revealed to be a triple changer, I immediately said in the Discord, I was like, the reason why they made him a triple changer is so that we can have another Voyager class sized leader class. And that is precisely what has happened, unfortunately, if this chart is anything to go by. Because as you can see, this leader class Megatron, who is supposed to be freaking massive, obviously not as big as that YOLO Park scale that was revealed a while ago, not as big as that, but the fact that he is only like a head taller than SS-38, what the fuck? That is pathetic. Now, yes, obviously I know he is, very chunky, but come on, really, would it have hurt that much to make him the size of the Fallen? He's freaking Megatron. Megatron and Optimus are the two characters that you should never skimp out on. What is this? We can't. Leader class has gone down the drain in recent years. They went from big toys with lights and sounds that was so complex and everything like that to now just a fancy Voyager. It is so disappointing. But anyway, yeah, that's the scale for Megatron. Here is a better look at his tank mode, which, yep, it's chunky, all right. It looks very, very solid. And, I cannot wait to have this Megatron in hand. And, of course, there is his jet mode from the top, which, I'm actually going to be honest with you. From this top view, it does look kind of better than the tank. But I don't think many people will keep him in jet mode. I think a lot of people will keep it in tank mode because that's just the more badass mode for Megatron. Here is a proper look at the packaging, and oh boy, it is beautiful. The only thing stopping it from being flawless is the fact that there's no fucking window. Oh my god, Hasbro, I thought you said in 2024 you're gonna bring back the plastic windows. What is this? Even for a leader class. Do you know how awesome it was to have something like the Fallen, or mainly the Fallen, where you had this awesome box art, while I don't agree with the fully closed box, it is way better than this because that is so cool. This, oh my god, these figures are gonna get destroyed. There's gonna be heads missing. Oh boy. But this is very interesting because we have only had one piece of concept art for a live action movie, G1 Megatron, and that was the one on that Rise of the Beast Titan Changer Megatron. But now we see that there is actually another one. So there's probably more concept art of a Bumblebee movie Megatron out there that just wasn't released. So this is quite interesting. Here is a much better look at the concept art, and oh man, he really does look cool. I'll be completely honest with you. He looks badass. Here is obviously the digital 360 thing that was revealed. Yeah, I really like the colors of him. I like the fact that his what do you call it? The humerus area. I'm glad that his humerus is, red, because it does add some more variety to the color other than just him being completely gray. So that is really cool. The Decepticon logo slap bang in the middle of his chest is awesome. And looking at him from the back, He is so clean. It is awesome. I'm so happy when I see figures with no backpack. You know, there's like two types of figures. There's Megatron and SS Mirage. You know, it's just crazy. Here's the HD version of the robot mode, and oh my god, it is stunning. The silver, the metallic gray. Oh my god, it is gorgeous. I love it. Obviously, looking at like the previous Megatrons for the SS line, the Revenge of the Fallen version, everyone will agree, it is a fantastic mold, but it just didn't have the silver paint. And that's why I'm getting the byway version, because it is just, it's silver, you know, that's what you want. The movie 1 Megatron has the most gorgeous paint ever. It is so shiny. The whole thing is silver. As for like Dark of the Moon Megatron, obviously he's all rusty and stuff. Galvatron, they did sprinkle the silver throughout the figure, but I feel like they did it in the right places, you know, it gives you the impression that the thing is silver. But this figure, oh my god, he's beautiful. And obviously the tank mode. Wow. It looks way better in HD. From what I can see, unfortunately, his head won't be visible like the Bayverse version. But yeah, this is something that G1 Megatron should turn into. I always felt like Megatron turning into a gun is the dumbest thing in Transformers history. You know, the leader of the Decepticons turning into this puny little gun. His alt mode is useless unless someone else is there. You know, that's why I love Megatron turning into a tank. This is what he should be. Anyway, that's enough of Megatron. Moving on to Pablo. Okay, so I just want you to take a look at something, please, before we actually look at the figure by itself. This Studio Series version looks ridiculously similar to the Weaponizer version. If you don't know what the Weaponizer version is, it is basically the kid toy, right? It comes with the little beast, well, not beast alliance, what do you call them? Weapon Master, something like that. Weaponizer, that's it. Weaponizer Rhinox. And he transforms in like 5 steps or something like that. This Wheeljack, the arms are basically the same. The legs are ridiculously similar. The chest is very similar. And I mean, that's pretty much it, really. But the similarities are uncanny, you know. And I know people are just saying, oh yeah, it's the same design. No shit, it's the same design. But the fact that they look this similar, everything ends up in the same places, it really is crazy. But looking at Wheeljack by himself, again, I am not going to be getting this figure. But, you know, if you don't look at it as Wheeljack, this character would have been so cool, because I love this design. It just doesn't fit Wheeljack. But not only that, he doesn't come with the freaking arm cannons. What is this, man? Why did you give him his stupid concept art gun? What the hell? Also, the doors. What is going on there? Why are the doors flipped around? It should be the other way, but anyway, whatever. The head sculpt looks really good. Although he does look really sad. He kind of looks like E.T. The Autobot logo in the center of the chest is again beautiful. Here we have him in van mode, and oh my god, it is beautiful. I'm gonna be honest, I love this. This is beautiful, you know. I hate Wheeljack from Rise of the Beasts, and as I was sitting in the cinema, I was like, I will not be getting the Studio Series version of this character. I just went to the shop a while ago, well, I'll say a while ago, a couple months ago. The Earthrise or Siege or whatever it was, version was still there. So I just went and got that Wheeljack instead, because that is my Wheeljack. I'm not getting this thing. But despite him having visible head syndrome, I can't help but admit that this vehicle mode looks fantastic. Here he is in the box, and you know, to be completely honest with you, I don't know what Hasbro were thinking with this, because this is the most easy to steal figure I have ever seen in my life. Look at him. There's like 4 elastic bands holding him in, And because the render is of his vehicle mode, the open space is so big. Now, obviously, I've never stolen a figure because I'm not an idiot, but I'm just thinking, like, theoretically, it really isn't that hard to steal this thing, because all you need to do is snap those four elastic bands, and then bada bing bada boom, you stolen Wheeljack. What the hell is that, man? I really don't know why they did that. There was no, like, I understand the vehicle mode looks good and they got the licensing for it, but did you really have to make the box art the vehicle? So yeah, I don't think Wheeljack is gonna sell very well, but I do think he will be stolen very well. Next up is Core Class Mohawk. And I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love this thing. You know, the last night, that was the movie that I was most excited to see. You know, I could not wait for this film. And you know how heartbroken I was when I saw how bad it was. But I was over the moon when I saw all these weird Decepticons we were gonna see. You know, Dreadbot, Berserker, Nitro Zeus, Mohawk. You know, they were so cool. And they barely did anything, you know? It was just so disappointing. But Mohawk, I think, really stood out because, well, he has a mohawk. Which, by the way, yeah, everyone's gonna be painting that. I don't know why they didn't paint the mohawk, but whatever. Such a fantastic figure, you know, he looks beautiful. The vehicle mode isn't licensed, but really, who cares? It's a core class. You just need him to turn into a bike. You know, it doesn't need to be good looking. He just needs to turn into a bike. Now, I will be honest, I am pretty disappointed that it's not silver. I am gonna have to do that myself, unfortunately. But yeah, you know, just as a bike, I think it looks really cool. There he is in the packaging, and oh my god, I cannot wait to get this figure. Look at that render, man. He's such a funny looking dude. And here is an actual real life image of both Rumble and Mohawk. Now, Rumble, obviously, you can see is just a little box, you know. And Mohawk, obviously, well, is out of focus, unfortunately. But there he is in bike mode, and there they are in the packaging. Mohawk, again, just missing the silver paint, but it's okay. You can customize him. Rumble is just so freaking dark, but whatever. Oh man, these things are gonna be so cool. But I'm not getting Rumble, but I am gonna get Mohawk. Next up is Scorponok. Now I have decided to show the robot mode first because the beast mode, oh my god, I want to talk about that. But the main thing that I want to take away from this is the color. Now, I thought that the pink, while it did look very out of place, I personally really liked it. I loved the pink. However, now, obviously, that we see it in HD, you can see that this figure is actually purple. And purple is my favorite color. Which is kind of ironic because with the Byway Shockwave, my main complaint is that it's too purple. But anyway, this figure, oh my god, the purple looks fantastic. And you know, just the way the color is distributed, it really reminds me of Tarn. I don't know why, but this thing just looks fantastic. I cannot wait to get him. I don't care what anyone says, the robot mode looks freaking fantastic. But obviously, we're gonna be displaying him in the beast mode, and oh my god, it is beautiful. Obviously, in the movie, there was like green ones, there was some with like red and blue, there were fully gray ones, there was never a purple one. But oh man, this looks beautiful. I love it. The shade of purple, I think, was a really, it's a really good choice, you know. And just as the figure as a mold, I think, is pretty much flawless. Because they got the sculpt of the scorpion down to a T. I mean, just look at that head sculpt, how flawless it is. I am really surprised that we got the Scorponok, to be completely honest with you, because they didn't really do anything in the movie. They were just there for reinforcements. And again, didn't really do anything. But obviously, here he is in the box. And again, just like all the other ones except Wheeljack, this is gorgeous. You can see he is number 107. And even though the line was cut from the movie, like of Rhinox looking up and saying Predacons, you can see that he is labeled Predacon Scorponok here. I am genuinely surprised that they didn't just call him a Terracon, because Unicron ejected them, so therefore they're Terracons, just like the Freezers. But anyway, I don't think we're ever gonna get an explanation for that, by the way, as to why the Predacons are like working for Unicron. But yeah, Scorponok I think was probably the most surprising to me out of all of them. You know, Beast. That's wishful thinking. But yeah, the BB movie Megatron was awesome, but this thing surprised me the most. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the HD images of the reveals. Please let me know what you thought of them and which figures will you be picking up, because personally I'm gonna go for more